Was Jesus Christ white or black? This is the quote the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave when asked about the race of Jesus in October of 1957. He answered, "The color of Jesus' skin is of little or no consequence." Does it really matter, the color of Jesus' skin, whether he was white or black? But the idea that one of the most prominent figures in the American history of black civil rights, who was himself black, thought that the Son of God was white. This matters because Christ is the essence of Christianity, and Christianity is essentially distinguished from other faiths by the fact that everything in it is related to the redemption accomplished by Jesus of Nazareth. So how then, if Jesus is so central to the faith, how did Christianity get this one imperative construction wrong? Let's dive into this matter and take a look. The process of whitewashing Jesus was not unique in any real sense. It was done through art, through writing, and of course through sermons. Art like Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, Michelangelo's Last Judgment in the Sistine Chapel, and Warner Salmon's light-eyed, light-haired head of Christ made Jesus palpably white to common people. This art worked in conjunction with the already dominant theology built of centuries of white European thoughts that deemed Jesus to be a white man. No one knows exactly what Jesus looked like, and there are no known images of him from his lifetime. But the all-time most reproduced image of Jesus comes from another period. It is Warner Salmon's light-eyed, light-haired head of Christ from 1940. Salmon, a former commercial artist who created art for advertising campaigns, successfully marketed this picture worldwide. Through Salmon's partnerships with two Christian publishing companies, one Protestant and one Catholic, the head of Christ came to be included on everything from prayer cards to stained glass to oil paintings, calendars, hymnals, and night lights. Salmon's painting culminates a long tradition of white Europeans creating and disseminating pictures of Christ made in their own image. The Italian painter Andrea Mantegna's Adoration of the Magi from AD 1505 features three distinct Magi, like those we usually call them the three wise men, who, according to one contemporary tradition, came from Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. They present expensive objects of porcelain, agate, and brass that would have been prize imports from China, the Persian, and Ottoman empires. But Jesus' light skin and blue eyes suggest that he is not Middle Eastern, but European born in that picture. And the Fox Hebrew script embroidered on Mary's cuffs and hemline belly a complicated relationship to the Judaism of the Holy Family. Jesus had honey olive skin, brown eyes, and black hair. As for the honey olive description, his skin was a darker hue consistent with the skin tone of people of the Middle East. Jesus wasn't white. He was a brown-skinned Middle Eastern Jew. Neve used a science to draw the most realistic look of Jesus. He found three skulls from Israeli archaeological sites and used computerized tomography to construct the best shape for Jesus' face. Neve Jesus has a much broader nose, a new hairdo, and guess what? He is black. Although this might offend many, it is to be accepted this version of Jesus makes a lot more sense for the region in which Jesus lived. But John 4:23 and 24 says something. He said, "But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him." God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. So does it really matter whether Jesus was black or white? I think this scripture embodies a very substantive point that we should worship him, the Father, and the Son in spirit and in truth. God bless you. Have a wonderful time. Subscribe and continue to watch.